premise is I live in a fucking mini apartment building because I have 3 floors I have to walk up and down, and my washing machine is literally in floor -1. It's in the basement. So if I set my clothes out into the washing machine, either I have to keep track of, like, I have to time it to know when it's done, but that's not always accurate because, I don't know, the washing machine has its own temperature or monitoring thing, so it will update how long it needs to run the cycle based on how dry or wet something is. So I was hoping, instead of going out and getting a newfangled like washing machine, wouldn't it be easier just to get something I can attach to the washing machine, or maybe even put inside alongside my clothes, so I can get a notification when the cycle finishes? Like, it's not just problem.
I live in an
for me
apartment.
as a
Yeah, I live in
as
an actual apartment building, and they actually they recently. I swear because each floor has their own, and I swear it's because of us because we're really bad at this. Like we will forget the stuff, and like it's like a commute. Like you share the laundry machines. So they actually put up notices like, please make sure to remove your laundry within like 15 minutes of the completion time. So I do see, like, I see this as being a value to like a lot of. Sorry, Cohen, I did not see your. So, but I don't know how feasible would I pay for it. I think if the building paid for it and I can tap into it somehow, I'll be like, I don't want to pay for it. But if it was my own house, maybe.
It's the worst when someone else takes out your clothes and then starts their own cycle.
100%.
But yeah, I think it's like, outside of, yeah, as you mentioned, it's applicable to people in apartments, or even that people that have to go to those laundromats outside of their home. I remember that being the worst thing, because like I'd have to like haul my laundry and then have to sit there. It would have been nice just to go out and get a coffee while my laundry's doing its thing, and then I get to know when it's done. Maybe even as a business, like, is it valuable for laundromat to have a system where, like, you know, you log on and you get notified when your washing machine is done, right? You want to make it cost effective, that you don't have to get a full new laundry machine.
Yeah, you
like,
just add a tablet or something to it.
Exactly, right?
But
like it needs to integrate with the system somehow.
Yeah. Each person would now need to, like, if it's, you mentioned 2 ideas. One idea is to like put something on the outside of the device machine. If it's on the outside, everybody needs to like either put in a pin and now you're tied to this one or something. But if you put something inside, or a way where it's like, I own my thing that I put in, like I own this device that I throw in, it's not tied to the machine. If it's tied to the machine, people gotta like register, sign in, sign out. People might start messing with other people.
QR codes?
No, I'm actually thinking of something like a bit more smarter than QR codes. Because like, as I was mentioning earlier, that laundry machines are not like, when you put a timer, it's not always accurate, right?
Especially dryers. Especially dryers.
Yeah, it updates itself based on how much it thinks it needs to dry, right? So it can actually finish earlier, it can finish later. So I was thinking maybe like getting something to sense the vibration.
Like a sensor?
Yeah, you'll need a sensor. So I think, like, in terms of solution land, so I guess the problem you're trying to solve, let's define the problem, because it's the sticky problem segment. And so the problem is just getting a notification when your laundry is done. And
no, that's not the problem. That's not the problem. The problem is trying to save time or multitask while you're doing laundry. That's the problem you're solving.
Yeah, that's the problem you're solving. And the impediment is what I was referring to.
You're talking about the solution now.
No. I'm saying, like, the problem is, I think that's the outcome of solving the problem. What you're suggesting, right? The outcome is now you can multitask and do other things, right?
The problem is you cannot do that right now. That's what Mo is saying. It's like he's wasting time. The problem is he feels like he's wasting time sitting there waiting for his laundry to finish.
Right. Fair enough. I guess to solve that problem, you can go about it in different ways. You could provide entertainment in the laundry room. That's one solution. It's a bad solution maybe, but it is one solution, right? Like, for example, when you know how the doors, like the elevator doors, they put mirrors on them, right? Just to kind of like have people look at themselves so that they don't get
I know where you distracted. Saw that. I know where you saw that.
I don't even remember. It's been a while.
That's an Alex Hormozy short.
No. I heard about it way before
really?
that. Yeah. Way
no way. Okay.
This is like fundamentals of engineering class or something.
Yes, that's what it was.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was like a while back. I think that's one solution to that problem, but that's the point. It's like, I feel like Mo wants to solve it in a specific way, which is like have it so that you can have it on your phone. And is that because we're software engineers, or because
I think it definitely like biases towards software solutions because we are that kind of mindset? But I mean, like, let's break it down. Like, yes, the problem is that we are trying to be more efficient with our time when it comes to laundry, and not forget it, right? That's another big
Right.
one.
Like the TV issue doesn't really solve the problem Mo would be facing. Mo would in his laundry room watching a TV show.
Yeah, but if his if his if his TV was in the laundry, he'd stay there and watch it.
No, but why don't you just watch
Ali's
it on
gonna
your
bring
own
his
phone?
monitor to the laundry room right now, and he's like, "Okay, this is I'm never gonna forget now." And he sits down to watch like a whole season of what's it
Succession.
called? Succession.
Do you remember how we were saying like you'd like bicycle or something and it would create energy or it'd keep
Yeah.
you the
Yeah.
Peloton thing.
Peloton,
Yeah, the Netflix. It'd be kind of similar. Like it would keep you in the room.
Yeah.
Every single laundry room came with like a tablet with Netflix on it. You'd stay there.
And you cannot leave until it finishes.
As soon as your eyes leave, it detects your eyes though. That it can
Yeah.
detect. If you leave and it just stops.
The laundry stop.
Keep your eyes on the laundry. Please keep your eyes on the laundry.
Ali did bring up an interesting point though. Like, if you didn't have access, like, forget the whole like owning your own laundry machine or having an in-suite laundry. If you did have to go to like a shared laundry room or like a laundromat, is that something you would pay extra for that kind of ability to know when your laundry is exactly done?
I don't think I'd pay extra, but I'd go there more often, you know? And so it's like, would I travel like 5-10 minutes more to go to that laundromat? Probably, because I can drop it off and do something nearby that is a bit more kind of entertaining versus going to the nearest one and having to wait there. You know what I mean? So it would increase the business for the business owner, and so they'd probably invest in those things for that reason.
So wait, what would be a reason for going there?
Because now I can put my laundry in and then know that it'll let me know when it's done versus the
Okay.
laundromat that's closer doesn't have that feature.
So that would be a deal breaker for you?
No, but I mean, as in, it wouldn't be a deal breaker for the local laundromat. It would just be a positive feature of the other one, and so I would travel
What's that
5-10 minutes.
called? There's a specific term for it, like competitive advantage. If you have
Yeah,
two
moat.
laundromats equidistant from each other, you would go to the one that has the smart feature.
Would you?
Would you not?
Well, so I was thinking, like, I understand the problem about the wasting of time and the ability not being able to multitask. And the example you used was, wanting to go get a coffee, come back. Why not read a book in that time when you're at the laundromat? Why not, maybe go through email, do some work stuff on your laptop?
Even if I'm reading a
Have you been
book,
to a
going
laundromat
through my
in a while?
laptop, I would not want to do it sitting at the laundromat. Even if I'm doing the exact same thing, I'd rather just sit in my car.
This comes from a person that used a laundromat like twice in his life.
To be honest, the 3 times I've gone to a laundromat, right? I actually enjoy it there. I'm like, oh, we're gonna go there. We'll get some coffee. We'll sit there and like enjoy this process.
It's an experience.
It's an experience.
You have to do it
It's all
regularly.
about
It's
the
not an
experience, bro. so about watching the cycles go on.
Oh, it's like raining when they love doing their laundry or something.
Okay.
It's like they're bringing their TVs with them.
Let me rephrase the solution.
Yeah.
Would you prefer like the smart notification to let you know when it's done, or would you prefer having like maybe a space to sit down, do your work, or maybe even like a coffee shop, a small restaurant to eat?
I'm team
Out of
notification.
it, so yeah, let's say one laundromat has.
But now we're talking about
extra
laundromat.
activities,
I think
and
this is-
another one just lets you know when it's done.
I would prefer notification and then a robot going and picking up the laundry, folding it, and bringing it back to me. That would be insane.
That would be insane.
I think they have washing machines that are dryers as well, so you don't even have to like take it out and switch.
Like a 2-in-1?
Yeah, I believe they
Oh,
do.
interesting.
For the price of one?
Yeah, for the price of like 8.
But yeah,
That's
Ali,
actually
what
pretty
would
cool.
as someone that has to use a common laundromat.
No, I
currently-
would. Yeah, 100%. I would use this. I
So
would.
no,
probably
the
The
newer
notification?
question.
The
Would you want the
notification?
notification, or would you want things to do at the laundromat?
No, I don't want to sit at the watch my laundry.
No, but What Mo is
I
saying
don't want to watch
is
TV
Things
there. I don't
around,
want.
things around. No,
Yeah.
things around the building.
Bro,
like a
my laundry room
cafe.
is like like 10 steps away from my apartment. Like I can go watch TV in like my apartment if I wanted to. It's like forgetting it, the inconvenience I'm causing to others, and inconvenience to me. Because like sometimes I remember, oh shoot, it's like 10 p.m. or something. It's really late.
Why can't you set a timer on your phone?
I don't know, man. That's way too complicated. Yeah, because you don't know. Like the one time I literally went there, I'm like, okay, it's on the last cycle. One machine finished, the other hadn't. I'm like, okay, it's gonna finish soon. Okay, it's gonna finish soon. You don't know when exactly it's gonna finish. So yeah, you could set like a 40-minute, like a larger buffer, but it would be nice to know exactly when it's up. Okay, time to go.
Yeah, no, so but I think you're not answering Mo's question. Like, for example, let's say now you do have to go to laundromat, right? You go there and
I would
you
still
can get
rather
a
notification. I don't want to sit at the laundromat.
but like it's
Yo,
not
you know what?
like a laundromat anymore. It's like it has like a proper place to sit. You can get coffee, you can get something to eat. It has a restaurant. It has like
No,
it's a
because
freaking like
You
Okay,
get the Starbucks experience.
yeah, it's like exactly. It's like
I'll
a
tell you
Starbucks for
what.
laundromat.
I'll tell you what, because the notification system, whether I want to stay there or don't want to stay there, it solves both solutions. Having the Starbucks there only solves one side if I want to stay there. If I need to run and go to like the bank or something, it doesn't solve that.
You know
Go
what
to
else
the
it
bank
solves?
after.
fair.
If all the laundry machines are in use, you would get to know beforehand before you haul your laundry all the way up there.
Oh, that's
and
good.
and a
That's
booking
good.
system. A booking system.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good too. And you could
Right.
charge extra. You could charge extra to pre-book a spot,
Yeah.
and then first come first service, whatever. But then you could charge a premium for booking a spot.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, people can take advantage of that too, right? Oh, let me just book like 5 slots.
Yeah.
And, I'll go on the one that I'm able to make, unless you introduce a late fee or a no-show fee or whatever.
No, I think
Yo,
just
guys,
charge
should
by
we
credit
start
card.
a laundromat?
It's
Bro, I've been.
No,
been
it is a.
wanting- I
Yeah,
wanted to start a laundromat. Like I wanted to
Same.
buy a laundromat
same.
for the same reason too. We both want to buy the laundromat for the same person.
Sanchez.
Yeah,
The only I think
can't
we
remember
talked
her
about
first name.
we did.
the only thing about the laundromat is that what you talked about earlier, Mo, determining a competitive advantage or separating yourselves from the
This is
other
it.
laundromat.
This is it.
Like
This is
how
it.
can you charge the whole Alex Hormozy thing, right? How can you charge more? How can you make the offer a no-brainer that someone shows up to your laundromat? And I think it's a challenge because people just want to get their laundry done. They don't want to do anything
I
else.
think you
At
can
least that's
do
what I
both.
think.
I think in terms of just having like something to do or something to eat, that's pretty easy. You just get like vending machines or not even your regular vending machines. You can go all bougie.
The
and
organic?
get, huh?
Like organic stuff, like
Yeah,
just
you can own,
organic.
like,
No, you gotta
something
think of the demographic at the same time.
Yeah, fair.
That's true.
In that case, I forget the vending machine. The smart notification probably does play. I think would play
Even
better
now,
too.
they,
Like,
like the demographic there might not necessarily even care for that.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's fair.
I feel
that
like
is the
that
problem.
would fly in a more affluent neighborhood that, like, cares more about their time than individuals who are not.
But anybody with who's in an affluent neighborhood, they have their own
They
machine.
have their own. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they're not going to a laundromat.
Apartment building. Oh, I guess a lot of
Yeah.
like, more newer.
Yeah, I'm trying to
buildings
figure
have-
out, does this solution-ish problem make more sense for a laundromat business, or does it make sense to have it more for an apartment, like common
Apartment-
shared laundromat, or is it
But
both?
even apartments, I think a lot of new apartments are doing the
In
individual
suite, yeah.
and laundries. And I do agree with Squinder that a lot of devices are moving to like have tech enabled, like it's built in.
Yeah, that's the problem with solving this type of problem. Is you're solving for a market that's decreasing than increasing, right?
Hmm.
So the market of newer or older laundry machines is going down and down, right? And so all these new ones already have Wi-Fi enabled, all that kind of stuff. So it's gonna have these features already in it, right?
Yeah.
We bought a stove recently. I can tell when the stove hasn't been cleaned in a while. Like that's how amazing and like feature rich these things
You have
are.
to
Like,
register when you
everything.
did clean it, or it just knows when it's like dirty itself.
Yeah, it just kind of knows.
So you don't have to be like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
cleaned it today.
No.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So it has a sensor on there. That
I
determines-
guess that's what it's doing. Or it's like probably just guessing or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows?
based on the number of uses. Like every time you turn the knob, probably.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like it's a problem that if you solved it, would solve it for a few laundromats for probably 2-3 years. So investing that time to solve this problem probably wouldn't be the best time usage of your time.
Good point. The problem, the time I think to solve this would have been like 10 years ago.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And that's why I think I think it was Peter Thiel who said this, is like finding markets that are increasing as well, right?
Yeah.
Markets that are getting bigger as time goes on.
Alex Hormozi said that too.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's a universal truth. So it's like, it just makes sense, right? Like finding markets that are just starting. Like that's why a lot of people were interested in Web3, because it was a very new market, very new industry. Same with AI, right? It's a very new industry, and then there's like hundreds and hundreds of like startups that are popping in the space because it's a new industry. So I think the cool thing would be figuring out the next industry that hasn't been tapped, that's increasing right now, or a market that is increasing. And this one, Hormozi did mention, like, for example, like if there's like more dentists somehow for some reason that are popping up. So maybe targeting dentists would be good or beneficial in the short term.
Good point. This is a dying market because everything's moving to in-suite.
So you're just going to have to just put
Just
a
live
timer,
with
Mo.
Yeah.
Or take your TV
No,
with
I
you.
think part of it does misses the point where, like, yeah, it's not a sustainable business for the long term, but it can, if you can build it quickly and cheaply enough, it can
Yeah.
be, for a small team, it can make you money before it goes out of fashion. Like,
Correct.
Yeah.
people are not
Has
going
to
to
be a
replace their.
no-brainer offer, though.
Pardon?
It has to be a no-brainer for the
I
person
would
wanting to.
spend $20, $30 on it.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
Really? Yearly?
Like yearly?
$20, $30?
Bro, that's
No,
like
for a
10
big
laundry cycles, no? Or 5?
Yeah, then if it's gonna do both washer and dryer, and to be honest, I'll probably buy 2 because our floor has 2, and sometimes I'm running 2. $20-$30 to get that notification of exactly when it finishes, and not like an estimate of like
You
just
know
setting
what?
it right.
$20-$30, you could build a sensor that you can attach, like just stick on top, right? It just senses the vibration of that machine, and it's like it's connected to your phone via Bluetooth. You'd get the notification. You can mass build it for probably $5. Like you could do that with like a Raspberry Pi Zero or something, right? Like
How much is the
these
Raspberry
components
Pi
are pretty
Zero?
cheap.
Like
It would just
$35.
be the initial
35.
development cost. Pardon?
Isn't that a lot? 35. How would you sell it for? How would you get
Yeah,
it?
for prototyping. For
No,
prototyping.
for prototyping. But eventually, when you get mass produced, you just get the circuit board and you just
Yeah.
put the parts just for that.
Like a cheap PCB with a Bluetooth chip, you could probably solve this for that price range.
How much would you pay for it, Mo?
How I would pay like $50 to be honest. $30.
So
ain't
so you
what it
guys are
used to
thinking
be.
like an attachment. The problem is like for communal like laundromats, like where are you gonna put this? You
That's
put it
what
on
I'm saying.
top.
This
Somebody can
is-
like jack it and
Even
stuff.
for communal, like this would be if I end up going like a public, like a
Put it in the
laundromat,
washer.
I can take my own with me. Like I can use this on any laundry machine. Ideally, I can just throw it inside the laundry machine, and then like
Yeah.
Ideally, but like I think that's what I was actually when this came up, like, oh, what if I toss something into the machine and that would tell me. I think, but like hitting the price point and being able
Making
to
it durable.
withstand, endure all like the drying cycles, the wet,
IP69.
yeah, it's not gonna last. So I think the best bet would be just to slap something on top, right? And this is something that works best if you're in an apartment laundromat, right? Because people are there just to do the laundry, not there to teeth like random things from that you attach to the machines.
And you know how I believe this is true with washing machines too, but I believe the top of the washing machines or even the sides are metal, so you could just add a magnet to it and just slap it on, right?
Yeah. I think this would be a cool solution. And it would be I think it would be more enticing for consumers if it just didn't solve a single use case. Like if you could think of like 2 to 3 more use cases where something like this would be useful, where you can use a sensor to get a notification about something, I think then it's a bit more valuable and someone would be willing to pay for it.
do you like being able to use this device on like other like use cases?
Correct. Like a door opening or something, right? Like that's a bad use case, but it's like knowing if you can, because then it becomes like a part of your thing. Like, oh, I'm gonna bring this widget with me because it'll be useful for something, right? Like, I don't know, your kids get up, and so you want to know when they actually open the door. They're at an age where they can actually open the door themselves. Getting a notification, oh, door's been opened. Go there.
You're talking about like a generic movement sensor
Bingo.
that you can program for different like functions.
Yeah.
But that's
you
more.
don't.
In that case, it's more than $20-$30. You're probably looking at least 100.
No, what I'm saying is you're. It's like, oh, because of the different types of sensors. Okay, yeah,
And
fair
not
enough.
different types, but like that plus what I'm thinking in my mind is like you're gonna have to have additional software on the device and on the app, whatever phone service, whatever, to handle these different use cases. If you build something purpose built, right, you can pare it down and make it a lot cheaper.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm thinking if you have like 2-3 different types of sensors, like one is heat, one is like movement, right? Like things like that. Yeah, weight, maybe like a weight sensor. Right?
Doesn't your phone have all of that?
You know what has all of that? All the smart home sensors.
Hmm.
All of those exist.
Yeah.
There's one that can tell if you open or close doors. There's a water sensor, like
Wow.
for sensing water leaks. Yeah, I wanted to talk about this another pod episode, but like I'm starting to get into like home automation with like random stuff and just looking at what's available. Yeah, there's a bunch of these random sensors that you can buy to like
This
help
must
automate
be
your
already
home.
out there then.
Huh?
There's nothing out there already for this?
Not for attaching to your laundry machine to know when it's done, but I think maybe you could try programming something, but it wouldn't be an off the shelf solution. You'd have to like build it yourself. Like you'd have to get a motion sensor and then figure out an automation rule with like if you're on Apple HomeKit or with Google Home to like notify you that like when this sensor has been going off for X amount of time and then turns off, it means probably means the laundry's done. Right? It's not an off-the-shelf solution, but I think you can build it with the parts available.
Well, there you go, Mo. We solved your problem.
No more
We got you.
sticky problem.
No longer a sticky problem. It is just a problem that you need to solve.
Though if someone
yeah.
actually does make the device that does this specifically off the shelf with no tinkering, give us credit. I want an Amazon link.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. Let us know what you guys think of the idea and the solutions, and if you guys do end up solving it, like Mo said, please let us know, and we would like it if you gave us credit. That'd be great. All right, check us out next time. Please subscribe. That would help us a lot. Give us some likes and add some comments for some discussions. Thank you.